Hi, and welcome to Touchview Interactive. Let's take a look at our whiteboarding software that comes pre-installed on the Android side of the panel. So it's this little icon down here with the little pen and the line. I can go ahead and launch into that. This is going to give me the ability to have multi-touch capability, 40 points of touch control. I can import any kind of document. So if I grab that pen tool, one thing to note is that you'll see that I have a thick tip, a thin tip, and an even more thin tip with that. So I can go in and change colors with that, and that's going to give me the ability to have that stylus that comes with your panel, and it has a thin tip and a thick tip. So how I've set my colors up is if I have somebody up here, the thin tip is going to be a green color, I can flip it around, it's going to be a blue color, and then if I use my finger, that's going to give me a red color. So with our whiteboarding software, it recognizes that gesture erasing. So if I just flatten my hand, it automatically turns into an eraser for me. And with that, I have the ability to have multi-touch capability. So down on my toolbar, if I select single or multi-touch, that's going to give me that 40 points of touch control. So I can have multiple people up here writing, erasing, interacting at the same time. If I select single touch mode, that's going to allow me to then turn it into what I call an infinite canvas. So I could bump that content right up off the screen. So let's say I'm in class, I'm taking a bullet point list of notes, I start to run out of room, I can just kind of bump that content up and then just continue on with my list with that. So you can do things like pinch to zoom, just like you would on a tablet, and be able to manipulate this and have just that full infinite canvas capability. I can also add multiple pages to this. So if I come down and click the plus button, I can add a secondary page, maybe add a third page. There's not really any limitation to how many pages that you can have. And then that allows me just to bounce back and forth if I want to populate some different content with this. A few other things that I can do is I can bring in any kind of text field. So that would allow me then to select text, and I can bring in a text box, type that in and confirm that and add text directly to my layout. I can also bring up my tools menu. So this is where I can bring in any kind of documents or forms, mind maps. I can bring a web browser directly into my layout with this and be able to do any kind of web search that I want. I can also go in and bring in any kind of picture images. So I can go out and search for any kind of stock images that I want. I can bring in web videos. So that would allow me to bring a YouTube video directly into my whiteboarding software with this. So that's a pretty cool new feature that we've added along. I can also go in on my toolbar and I can go into screen record mode. So if I want to capture anything, that's going to allow me to do a full capture of anything that's on my screen. And I can also go into split screen mode. So this newest version, I can have 2 people, 3 people, maybe 4 people. And I can set different colors. So that would allow me to have 1 screen here, 2 screens, 3 screens, and 4 screens. So again, that's a great way that you can have multiple people up here engaged and have their own separate zones that they can work in independently. And then once I exit out of that split screen mode, it's just going to dump me back into that S-Write whiteboarding software so that I can continue working. So once I get some content populated up here, we give you a few ways to be able to save and share that content out. So down in my lower left-hand corner here, if I select this little menu, that's going to allow me to go in and say that maybe I want to export this out and share it by a QR code. So that's going to allow you to scan that with your tablet or your phone, and you can pull that file off. It's going to save it as a JPEG file so that you can just grab the content that's on the whiteboard and have it downloaded directly to your device with that. Maybe I want to go ahead and email this out. So I can say that I want to go ahead and email this out to my students or other teaching staff or my clients. I can also go in and say that I want to go ahead and save this. So we give you a number of ways to be able to save this, whether it's in a JPEG or a PDF or a WBF file. That's a whiteboard file. So if I wanted to maybe create a layout and then be able to amend it later and open it back up, maybe I'm working progressively through the week in my class, Monday through Friday, and I want to be able to create a document and then amend that and be able to edit that, I would save it as that WBF file, because that's going to allow you to go back and open it, edit it, and add more content directly to it. So by default, it's always going to want to default to your storage path on the Android side of the panel. But what I like to do is I like to choose that I want to change my path because I want to save this back to my Google Drive. So I'm going to go ahead and select that and then select confirm that that's my storage path. And then I'm going to say that I want to save it as a WBF file. And now I can say that I want to go ahead and select all pages, or I can select just one page. And now I'm going to save that back, and it's going to download that file directly back to my Google Drive with that, so that I can go back later and be able to open it. So that's a great way to use that cloud storage and not store it locally on the panel. And again, you can share that file out with other teaching staff if you want to as well. So once I have saved some content up there, how do I load that? How do I get it back? So if I go ahead and launch back into my whiteboarding software, I can come back to my menu and say I want to open that file. And because I saved it to my Google Drive, that's going to allow me now to go ahead and select that file that we just created. And what it does is it actually downloads it directly to the panel. So now that would give me the ability to go in and open that from the panel. And it's always going to save it into the pictures folder. So now I can go back in and be able to open that whiteboard file, and now it's logged in, and I now have that capability to open that file that way. So that's just one thing to keep in mind, that when you do go to open a file, it is going to want to download it to the internal storage of the panel, and it's going to save it in that pictures folder so that you know where you can find it later and have it locally on the panel with it as well. In a later video, we'll take a look at how I can do text recognition as far as changing to a different language. That'll be a whole nother separate video coming up, but this gives you a general overlay of the whiteboarding software that's built directly into the panel here at Touchview.